Hey, it's your boy Mduduzi. All my brothers, all my sisters, all my kings and queens. Coming back to you with another video. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of August, 2025. Man, what a time. Your boy is 26. I'm just gonna put that in there. The time is currently, it just hit about a couple minutes past 5 p.m. right? My watch is 5 minutes ahead. I feel like this is the video I'm gonna shoot. As you can see by the topic, being pure with women comes with sadness. So as I speak to you guys, right, I am a young man. I'm a believer, right? I'm a believer. I believe in God, the Lord Jesus Christ. I read my Bible almost every day. Like if I were to skip a day, it's maybe Saturday or Sunday. But like, because I'm a receptionist, much of my job is just greeting people, right? So I have lots of time, and I found the best use of that time is first thing when I get at work, I open up my Bible, let's go, right? I'm almost finished the Bible now for the second time. I say all that to say, the Bible, for me, is really about application, right? A funny thing is, because I won't lie, I hold the accomplishment in high regard, right? I'm very proud, even though I don't have pride, that I've read the Bible once and I'm almost reading it for the second time from beginning to end, right? But what I've seen is when I've mentioned this in the past, or even that I've just read the Bible once, to certain people, it was always met with that resistance of, it's not about reading the Bible, it's about living a life with the Holy Spirit. Like just different kind of resistance, to where I always felt like it was hating. But at the end of the day, I understood that it's not really about me claiming that, even though I do want to read it multiple times, right? This is by the grace of God, I'm going to finish it for the second time this year. And I just want to read it every year. So I'm probably going to get to a place where I've read the Bible more than 10 times. I understand it's not about reading the Bible, but it's about application, right? Wisdom, applying the knowledge from the Bible. I say all that to say, the Bible, I think it's in Timothy. Paul says to Timothy, or it says in the Bible, that you must treat all older women like mothers, younger women like sisters, with all purity, right? To add on about me being a believer, I believe in no sex before marriage. Yes, it's a hard thing to do, but my conscience, I feel like it can be done, and that's where the Lord is leading me, not to pursue, right, make myself available until I am married. In saying all that, all my interactions with women at this point in my life, from my perspective, right, I'm not 100% righteous. I am not without sin. No one is, right? But I always try, and my bad for not looking into the camera, I always try be pure, right? What I've seen is it's hard to be pure, and it's also hard to be truthful, because it's met with all these little tests that you have to allow yourself to go through, right? And being pure with your intentions, right? As a Christian, as a believer, as a kingdom citizen, you have to allow yourself to die, right? To sin, to yourself. You have to allow your cheek to be turned. And I don't know, like, you just have to accept reality, which can be ugly at times, as it is, right? And continue doing the right way. What do I mean by this? I'll start with, as much as it's gonna be weird, me mentioning her name. I want to talk about Ntando, and I don't want to paint her in a bad light. This is my situation, right? My perspective. I'm sorry to talk about you if you see this. What had happened is, okay, Ntando is someone I met through the homie BP. Me and BP are not even close nowadays. We haven't talked in months. And I know, like, from my perspective, I know things are not good. Like, he tried to call me before we went without speaking. At that time, I was still feeling some type of way, and I can't pinpoint a reason. But I never picked up, and since then, we haven't spoken. I haven't reached out, right, to the brother. And it's a hard thing, because in my heart, I don't know what's wrong. I can't pinpoint where he went wrong. But I just know that it doesn't feel right? Like we didn't build on a solid foundation. I say all that to say, the homie BP, he introduced me to Ntando in in such a weird way. Like, so we were supposed to, let me just tell the story. We were supposed to go out, and what had happened was, he's like, you know what, I'm bringing 2 girls. I'm also gonna bring you to do this. So, I was like, you know what, I don't mind. I'm down to meet new girls. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's gonna go anywhere. What had happened is, I think both the girls, it was supposed to be a girl and a friend, they cancelled. You know what I'm saying? But Ntando ended up coming. So that's how I met Ntando. We spent time. We went out, me and BP and her. I think it was twice or 3 times. Wait. Twice, I think. So then I found myself in a position where, okay, Ntando's very, and I told her that she's cute, right? She's a little bit older. What I like Ntando, she's like the innocent girl type. And I say that because I don't know her well as I'm at a point where I don't trust women to be innocent, right? Like, so even with Ntando, even though she's showing this side of innocence, I'm still on some, it feels like an act, which, you know what I'm saying, is like, that's how I view things because of my experience, and that will never change. Anyways, long story short, right? I tried making friendship with Ntando, but I was always met with some, and I feel bad for talking about this, but it ties into the topic, right? I was always met with some resistance. And when I mean resistance, it's like, I think I'm quite a simple person, right? I think I'm quite a pure person. So, right, I'll be busy. Yes, at the same time, I'm trying to build my future. But I always have time on my hands. And it reminds me of Wes Watson as I segue, right? The brother Wes Watson, check him out. He was talking about, because he not legally married, but he has a girl, right? Angie. Angie has 2 kids that are not his, right? And obviously now he's with them. He's kind of like the stepfather. He was telling a story about so Angie has 2 daughters. He was telling a story about the older daughter where he reprimanded her, then she was crying because she was getting into adult business while him and Angie were talking. And he was basically telling her, look, I'm 40, you like 10 or 11. You don't know nothing. I run things. Basically just, you know what I'm saying? But then he was like, at the end of the day, he was telling her that if you have a problem, who do you call? And then she was like, I'd call you. And then he was explaining, because this is an interview, right? That, yeah, like, she knows she can call me. I'm always available. And he was just like, yeah, like, I'm like, when? Like, I'm always there. As soon as you call me, I pick it up just like that. And with Wes Watson, he's a multi-millionaire, even got a Bugatti. And it just made me realize, right, that I relate so much. He's very self-disciplined, right? Check him out. As well as with me, a few years ago, I read a book. I went to the library. I wasn't really struggling with friends, but I picked up the book, The Friendship Factor by Alan Alloy Guinness, right? If I'm not wrong. And basically in that book, he's a pastor. He was talking about, and I still have notes on this, right? Prioritize your friends. He's seen that people with a lot of friends, they prioritize their friendships. So with me, right, I won't even lie to myself. I am always, not always, but I can always be available, even at my job, when it's really time to work. If the call is that important and I want to take it, I could be like, you know what, I need to take this call. So I'm always available if I want to be, right? And I remember Tristan Tate, he was saying something. I was watching a video on there's that girl that thinks you're busier than you really are. So like I've seen, that's what people are. People claim to be busier than they really are. Yes, some people can be busy, don't get me wrong. But like, as well as with myself, even though life gets busy, I can prioritize you if I want to. I say that to say, from a genuine perspective, I was always trying to make conversation, because in my mind, what made sense is like, okay, it took a lot, to get through to Ntando, right? Let me put it like that. It took a lot to get through to Ntando, and when I did make conversation over the phone, it was always met with, late replies, time delays. And I know, right, like, I say this might sound disrespectful, but like, I looked at Ntando's life, I'm like, she's not that busy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's just a feeling I have. It's my intuition tells me, which is right? She's not that busy. Even if she is, she could make time. And not that I want to force her to make time. It's just, I knew like the time delays, they felt intentional. I say all that to say, it's like you get met with sadness, because it's like me experiencing all these things, it's so much frustration, because I was also like, I remember back then, because now we don't talk, right? Yeah, like, and she was saying to me, wait, what had happened is, because I kept on experiencing, like, I text her, she'll take long to reply. There was a time where we had went out together. You know what I'm saying? I took her out. And after that, yes, you know, we texted the did you get home safe, the usuals. Then I purposefully withheld communication, right? Because I knew, I was like, hey, what's the point? Like, I'm always trying to start something. You know what I'm saying? So I purposefully withheld. Even though I wanted to text her, I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she's doing this on purpose, so I withheld. And sometime later, she texted me, right? Maybe like 2 weeks. And speaking to her after that, she was kind of on some, oh, my bad, because I had addressed this, like, I don't like this. And she was saying, oh, my bad, with my friendships, we kind of just, you know, if you don't talk like that, then I hit you up, or then we speak after some time. So I was like, you know what, that can't work for me. And with a guy, right, Casey Zander was saying this. He's like, and I can vouch, right, as a man, I am dutiful. I am a soldier, like, you know what I'm saying? All holy soldiers stand up. Anyways, I say all that to say, like, if someone texts me, it's always a thing of I have to text them back. It's like, it's hard for me to leave a message unread, unless I'm at the point where I feel like I have to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember there was a time with this other girl, I had left her a message unread because we were talking, right? And she was basically saying to me, okay, this ties into another situation. She was saying to me, you know, you're a puzzle that I could have never figured out, or you're a puzzle that's hard to figure out, right? And with this girl specifically, I sensed that she liked me. I can almost say I knew that she liked me, and I didn't like her. But she never made it, even though I knew this, that okay, she likes me, and okay, I don't like her. Forgive me. Her actions were weird. So there was never a point where I could have been like, you know what, I don't like you. It would have been jumping the gun for me, right? Or that was no reason for me to treat her bad. Like, even though I didn't like her, I knew that I wouldn't date her. It's like, because I'm so pure, I'll talk to you, I'll keep it, you know, I'll entertain you, if I can put it like that. But like, it doesn't mean anything. And I think that's where she got it confused. But also for me, it was, all my actions were out of duty. So if she knows who she is, she knows. But like, one day she comes, like, after, like, it's such a weird time I had with this other girl. Like, because she works around where I work, she'd come, she'd talk to me, I'd talk to her, then she'd leave suddenly. Like, sometimes she'd be like, did you block me? I'm like, nah, I deleted WhatsApp. Okay, next time I'm like, she comes around, I'm like, okay, just text me, we'll talk. She's like, but you blocked me. I'm like, for me, I'm like, why the hell are you bringing that up? Because I didn't block you. I told you I deleted WhatsApp. So I don't know, just this weird whole thing. But finally, she came up to me another day. Then she bought me food. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, if you want, I can go buy you a drink. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm thankful. Like, I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to. So that day she bought me food. She wanted to talk, right? And not that I wasn't talking to her. But like I made time for her. Like I really listened to her. I was like, okay, you know, she's making the effort. Let me take time to listen to her. So I took that time out. She spoke, we spoke. Next time she came around, right? Next time she comes around, it's a one-sided conversation. Then she just leaves. Anyways, I say all that to say, with this girl, she was like, you're a puzzle I couldn't figure out. Then I was like, you didn't, not that I couldn't be figured out, you didn't want to figure me out. If you could have, you would have, really. Then she's like, I don't know what she said, but then, I was like, I'm an easy puzzle. Then she's like, no, the puzzle isn't easy when it has a mind. So like, you see, it just kept being met with resistance. I'm telling her, obviously we're not speaking in direct terms, right? But I'm telling her like I'm an easy puzzle. She's like, nah, you have a brain of your own. You know, I'm just like, you really don't want a conclusion. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, in my mind, if she, you know what I'm saying, approached me, which I know girls won't do, but like, if she just made it more clear, I would have, be like, okay, you know what, I see you as a friend. But now she's been playing her own games that have led to her, that has led to her own confusion. And it's, at the end of the day, it's met with sadness because I told her that, yeah, I'm an easy puzzle, basically. Then, then she was like, the puzzle is not easy when it has a brain, something like that. Then I'm like, those excuse makers don't get what they want, right? Because I know, like, she didn't really make the effort. Yeah, even though she bought me food, at the same time, you know, she bought me the food, she told me she has a boyfriend. So I clearly know where I'm like, okay, what the hell is... And you know, with women, this is also another factor that I'll talk about being pure. It's like, you see the reality that women are married, women have boyfriends, but they still clearly making themselves available. And I haven't had it in me to be like, you know what, you're really not a straightforward person. Like, how are you still talking to me when you have a boyfriend? I'll just talk to a girl, but like, the back of my mind, I always think the thoughts like, damn, okay, she has a husband, a boyfriend. Anyways, she was like to me, this girl. I won't say this girl, but like, you know what I'm saying? She was like to me, I said, excuse makers don't get what they want. Then she sent me like a laughing, I forgot what it is. A laughing thing, basically, like, of someone. Then, okay, I ignored it because I was like, where's the conversation gonna go? But I ended up texting her a few days later on, just on some, hey, how's life doing? She tells me, I say something else. I send a reply. She blue ticks the reply. She still hasn't reached out. And for me, like, in my purest of hearts, I would have wanted to be a friend. But I'm like, at the same time, it's like, now I have to decrease my value because here I am getting blue ticked and still reaching out for someone I don't like, you know. That makes it way harder, right? Someone who she's moving to like a whole nother place. So it's like, after this, we're never gonna really see each other unless, you know, God makes a way. But like, truly speaking, I'm never just gonna see her. Then I'm like, what's the use of even keeping contact, right? Like, at the end of the day, the dynamic for me in my mind was she liked me, I didn't like her like that. So, you know what I'm saying? But I say all that to bring it back to, I don't know where I left it off, right, with Ntando. And I feel like it's not fair I mention Ntando's name. Even though that's messy, I'll mention the other girl's name who was Ntombi, right? With Ntando, I had told her that I don't like delayed responses. She agreed. Later, and that was my fault, right? We were supposed to set a time to talk. Then on a certain day, I was just like, I felt like talking to her, so I tried to call her. Then she said she was busy. She's gonna call back. She only called back like 5 hours later, which I accepted. That was my fault. But then again, with me, like I always, since I'll say I'm pure, I have this urge, not an urge, right? But like I want to talk to people. One of the reasons I feel like me and BP also fell out, he was someone who, he says it up front, right? He says he takes 2 to 3 business days to reply. And even though he said it, my thing was like, you're not that busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would accept it if he was busy like that. But like, I'm like, you're not really that busy. So that means you're just ignoring the conversation for whatever reason, right? And also another thing is like, I remember there was a time, this video's all over the place. I had wanted to go to Four Ways Mall. I had the car because I don't own my own car, right? So I was using my mom's car. I was like, let me hit him up. He didn't hit me back. He only hit me back like hours later. And I feel like that was purposeful. But I'm just like, it's going to be hard to make this work when someone always hits you back after some time, right? And also another thing, right? And I feel like being pure, I can even say with both men and women, will leave you with sadness. With BP, now that I think about it, one of the things that it just hurt me, we were at church and I don't know, but for some reason he had said, send me a text. Yes, I think from church we were driving to Chilla's house, one of the other homies. So he was like, okay, because me and Chilla were going in the same car, he was gonna follow us like a convoy. He was like, send me a message so I have the location. You know what I'm saying? So, was that? I think that was the situation. But like, I had sent him a message. Then, it pinged as soon as I sent it. And that's where he normally takes 2 to 3 business days to reply. So for me, that was like just like an alarm went off in my head. It's like, okay, he purposefully ignores the messages, like, which I'm okay with, but like, it's obviously it's gonna, what I'm saying, disintegrate the friendship. Anyways, like I see it with most people. Back to Ntando, I had told her, you know what? Anyways, she takes like 5 hours. She calls me. At this time I'm pissed off because initially, when I had called her, she's like, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. What ends up happening is she calls 5 hours later. I break things off. I was like, now I'm only disrespecting myself. Okay, I stopped talking to her. She doesn't hit me back. Which, at the end of the day, I understand women don't care about you. With me, like, I look at the situation like, I found myself in the position like, now I'm that guy that's trying to make the friendship happen. And if the cardinal rule of relationships is whoever needs the other person less has more power. So basically, me trying to be pure, I found myself in this position where she has more power because it's me pursuing the friendship and it's just her never texting me back. And that's something I also talked to her about. To which, with all the girls, right, that I've mentioned it, because it's only right for me to be friends with girls, because I'm not gonna sleep with you, right? With all the girls that I've told on some, but you never text me. It's always this, I was going to text you, I've been so busy. It's always like this fight that I know is BS, because if you really wanted to, you would. And also another thing, like, I hate to mention this, but like, there was a time me and Tando were talking, and my birthday was during that time, right? And something told me, I was like, okay, she's not gonna say happy birthday. She's not gonna reach out, right? She's only gonna, even though I was like, she doesn't know that it's my birthday, but you know, because we have mutual friends, people post about me. But I was like, okay, she's not gonna reach out, but she knows it's my birthday. To which she didn't, right? Funny enough, I start the chat a couple of days later. She's like, oh, happy belated. So my mind is always just on some like, why am I always right? Because I know the conscience, which is the authentic voice of God. I was like, why am I always right? And then again, why am I putting up with this, right? But fast forward, I had cut her off. Then a week or so ago, about a week ago, you know what I'm saying? I feel like God was putting it in my heart, because I'm someone who, it's like I try my best, and if I see that the friction is high, you know, like at the end of the day, like when you try be pure, you put yourself in a weaker position, right? As I said, I felt like I was chasing to be her friend. It wasn't this organic, let's be friends. Now I'm like chasing after her. So for me, the best response is to cut people off, because I'm like, you know, I truly feel like I don't need anyone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, even though I do need people, wealth comes from people. You know, a big part of your fulfillment will come from friendship, obviously a significant other. It's like, you know, when you try and you hit a point where it's like you're putting yourself in a hard position, it's like, okay, for me, it's like cut people off, right? I say all that, so I cut her off, but like, I felt like God was saying to me, and even now, like, this is how I'm operating. God was saying, allow yourself to take the L. And what I mean by that is, you know, don't hold it against people. Because, you know, at the end of the day, one thing I understood about girls, specifically girls, right? It's even with guys. Because now I'm at an age where making friends is intentional. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think friendship at the end of the day is intentional with everything. But yeah, like, what I wanted to say is why I feel like, or what I mean by saying God saying take the L. I feel like he's saying, you know, forgive, as well as don't be cutthroat. I'm someone who I feel like is very cutthroat. I want to be like very self-accountable, very truthful with myself. So that leads me to wanting to be truthful with others. So like, if I see that, okay, you're not putting in the effort, it's like, you know what I'm saying, they're not putting in the effort. So, you know what I'm saying, what am I still doing? But like, I reached out to her, I made peace. And just to end it with Ntando, since I'm talking about her, my bad. But like, I reached out to her Monday, right? I went to my sister's Sunday, right? We had visitors. I slept at my sister's, which the room that I stepped is it's basically unfurnished, just like a mattress. So I was out there, I was going through it. I wouldn't say going through it, you know what I'm saying, but like I I'm someone who doesn't speak about my problems. I don't believe in speaking about my problems. I don't believe in crying. So I'm someone who thinks a lot, and even though I go through the sadness, I dwell on it. I accept it because you know what I'm saying. A few of my ideologies, like women don't care about you. It's just I have to accept it, no matter how I look at it. You have to accept that truth that okay, women don't care, and it is what it is. Unless you have that much value, right? So I reach out to two girls, Tando and Rita, right? With Ntando, she hits me back Sunday, right? I reached out Monday morning. So Monday at like, it was just after 12 a.m. I didn't sleep that night. That wasn't because of her or anything, but like I just didn't sleep. She hits me back Sunday. She was private. I followed her. She didn't follow me back. So I understood now that I'm reaching out. Firstly, even though I ended things, I put myself in the weaker position again because I reached out. I'm the first one to make contact. So I understand that, okay, that now I'm in the weaker position. Even worse, okay, that's why she probably didn't follow me back. Now I'm in a position where she's like, okay, you know what? In that message, I told her, like, I don't appreciate that you didn't reach out. What she basically said is, oh yeah, I was like, I don't appreciate that you didn't reach out. Makes me feel like you don't care. Which I know she doesn't, you know what I'm saying? At end of the day, then I say, okay, but I feel like God is leading me to make peace. So let's be friends again. Okay, then she texts me back on some, I'm sorry you're feeling that way. I just feel like we have different perspectives on doing things. It's like, but I'm happy to be a friend, right? Which, even though, okay, no, I don't want to speak anything bad, but like, to bring it back to the topic, having pure intentions will leave you with sadness, or because now, even though she said that, right, she didn't follow me back. And it's the little things. Like, one thing I've come to understand is not to react, right? Like, I don't want to keep on questioning 1, 2, and 3, because even though she said we have different perspective on things, just had a deja vu moment. I feel like if she really cared, and this is the truth, she would have reached out, right? Then again, here I'm in this position. I'm like, should I talk to her? I'm like, I'm just gonna go through the same thing again of her time delaying, her never reaching out. To move on from Dando, even though I don't hate her, it's just like, this is the reality with women, because they in a position where they're always chased by guys. Even guys, who are in their friend zone, because truthfully speaking, most guys want to smash, right? But they put them in the friend zone, then they feed them attention, and then the guys feed the girls attention. But like with me, like I truly don't. And even though, like, I won't even lie, like, to put this on video, right? With Ntando, a little bit older, she's cute, innocent, she's very wifey type, right? I saw her as wifey. I was like, is this potential wifey? But the thing is, with me, when I see you as a wifey, like, not that I'm not sexually attracted to her, it's the sexual attraction is not first, and that's a big difference, right? So with her not, I won't say she doesn't sexually attract me, right? She's not sexually attractive. to disclose, right, everything. It's that, I don't know, like sex is not the main priority. Like, as with a baddie, that's all you want to do. It's like, okay, I want to sleep with you. With a girl I see as wife, it's like, okay, I'll sleep with you, but it's not the same. It's like, I'll sleep with you. What can I say? I'll sleep with you. That comes with it. But like, I'm really not looking to sleep with you. So I say all that to say, even though like I've decided on being friends with, it's been hot, but I don't want to take off the beanie. You know what, the hair, though it ain't brushed, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, with me seeing as wifey and, okay, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to be friends. The problem I have with, I really don't want to sleep with her, right? She doesn't evoke those emotions. As I say, like, I put her in the wifey category. So I'm at a point where like it's hard to reach out because I feel like, okay, I'm just gonna put myself through the same thing, but even worse, because now I put myself in a weaker position. And I really don't want to sleep with her. So it's like, it's I don't know, like, now that don't get me wrong, right? And this is not the right mindset because I'm only sleeping with my wife, whoever that is. But like, even though I would sleep with her, I don't want to sleep with her. And that results in me looking like, should I pursue the friendship? Because it's not making sense for me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and at the same time, she's never reached out. She never will. Well, I don't, unless I get it to a point, like, unless I'm willing to commit myself to a point where she's like, okay. But like, also for me to get there, it's like, yo, you know, another girl, Lihle, you know what I'm saying? She also, she never reached out. I asked her, like, oh, you never reach out. I pulled up on her. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was also feeling like, okay, let me just give her grace, even though she never reaches out. And I talked to her. But yeah, as soon as I mentioned it, she had the same response on some, no, we just get busy. And I know it's BS, right? But like, we talked it out. She's like, you know what I'm saying? A sentence of hers was on some, you know, you people with good intentions, because she was at a point in her life where she was letting go of friendships. She's like, she didn't see my value or something like that. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, okay, I get it, right? Like, for me, my fundamental principle is women don't care about you. So through it all, like, I don't expect women to care. Like, I've seen the realness of women. Like, they're very, you know, it's gonna seem harsh, but they're very, they love on opportunity. They love based on feelings. Feelings can change. But yeah, like, I say all that to say, with Lihle, and I've told her before, we've talked many times, I've explained that, you know what, I know this about women, that women don't care, and I still make the choice because I'm a believer to be pure. Like, even though I know they'll never hit me up, I always talk to them. I'm at a point now, it's like, okay, don't cut them off, just give them grace. But like, also with her, she hasn't reached out, and I know that she won't reach out. And the next time you see each other, it's gonna be like, oh, to which I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? All this sadness, but like, I'm like, I don't know what to do because I feel like I'm doing the Lord's will. And as I mentioned earlier, this comes with dying to self, right? Because I feel like at the end of the day, the way women treat me, right, that like me, that find me attractive, the way guys, guys affirm me, no homo. Even like today, like, it's not the first time, but two gay guys, they're a couple, they're quite old, white guys. You know what I'm saying? Looking at me, you can see, you know what I'm saying? They're showing interest. Oh, I like how you dressed. Very smart. It's like, I know I'm an attractive guy. And with that, right, I understand, even though I don't exercise it, that I can have ego. I can have pride. So I'm caught in a weird place because, yes, I know my value, which I feel like is even higher than where I put myself. But like every time I feel like I'm in a position that I'm in a weaker position, I'm like, why am I doing this? It's like I'm high up, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I'm like, also at the same time, it's like, okay, for the Lord, let me do it. So yeah, very confusing, like, even like, as I say, I hit up Rita. Rita never replied. I know she'll never reply. At the end of the day, I'll never know her reason unless like I be specific, like reach out to her or try my best, you know what I'm saying, pressure her. So which is a waste because whatever the reason, she feels whatever way she feels. Also on my part, I take accountability. She might have felt like I told a secret, which I was thinking about today, that I didn't really tell her secret to anyone. But like she might have feel like that, whatever the reason is, whatever she feels like, she did say through our whole thing that I was forcing the friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm at a point now where it's only for me, like the only right thing is to never talk to her again, because what can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I've tried to reach out, you know what I'm saying, purposefully ignored. To which, you know what I'm saying, I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's like through it all, as I say, women don't care. It's like something, it was painful in the start, but now that I have this mindset, it just keeps on being reaffirmed. Maybe also know there's power in the tongue. But then again, the reality is, if I really felt like women cared, I'd say that. But now all I'm seeing is women, you know what I'm saying, and all their mind games. So it's like, to move on from all this, a lot of women I interact with are married, right? At my workplace. To which they give me such good energies. They're so pleasant, right? And I think part of it is, what, as I said, I'm a pure guy. I feel like I try my best to be pure with my intentions. And also the fact that I'm not pursuing them sexually, I'm not showing lust in any way, makes me attractive. That's game, you know what I'm saying, without me trying to run game on them. And also I feel like I'm attractive, you know what I'm saying. So, but like at the end of the day, it's like I always question these things, because I'm like, so many married women unfortunately have shown me they've never pushed it past the limit, right? But it's like, it's pleasant, it's nice energy. I'm like, do I really want my wife? Okay, then again, I also know the truth that women are forever securing backup options, and they are never 100% faithful to you, right? They're faithful to their emotions. So a woman can leave after years, you know what I'm saying, 20 years of marriage, she'll leave you. But yeah, like, I'm in the position where it's like, okay, I interact with married women, and on my part, I don't have it in me to be like, don't you feel like what you're doing is wrong? Like, you married, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so, but yeah, I just interact and we have good energy, like good vibes, and I find these women attractive. So it always confuses me because I'm like, Lord, if this is the reality, it's like, is my wife, like, part of me, I won't even lie, like, is kind of accepting that even though I'll be such a great guy, because honestly, to get married, I understand that you have to be a safe option. And with me, regardless of women, I want to be successful, I want to have millions. I want to be this great guy God is calling me to be. But then I also understand that no matter how great I am, right? Even if I get respect from brothers, it's like I've seen how certain women move, and it's like no matter the level of life they have, I used to think this about this other certain woman, like, you don't understand the life your husband has set up for you, right? You're living good. But like, I'm just gonna have to accept that even my wife is gonna be, showing interest to another guy based off based off his attraction, or so it's kind of like you accept that, what, women will never love you 100%. As well as, like, for me as a guy coming up, like, it makes it harder to trust women because even though I'm pure in my intentions, I've never hinted at sex. I've never tried manipulating, trying to be with any married woman. I feel like if I really had put in that effort, I would have slept with a few married women. And these married women are nice. It's like, I'm only holding back because I feel like, God found me. I feel like I'm firmly rooted in the Lord. Like, I might backslide, but like, I'll never leave God, right? But if it wasn't for that, it's like, I don't see another reason not to sleep with a married woman, you know what I'm saying? If I don't know what the Bible has to say about it, if I was in the world, because like, she's hot, she's showing me attention, and I'm at the point where I don't have a lot of money, but like, if she's willing to sleep with me and I don't have money, plus she's older, more experienced, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? It sounds right to me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so women with boyfriends, and like, also this other girl, man, married women, I feel like I'll never name their names because at the end of the day, it's my perception I'm reaching, you know what I'm saying? She could deny it. Another girl as well, like, she has a boyfriend. She recently had a kid, but it's like, with her, she didn't want to have the kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guy wanted the kid, then she had the baby just for the guy. Like, she didn't really want the kid, which is a sad reality. Like, as I'm watching from the third person, looking at the guy, her boyfriend, such a genuine guy, like, and with the attention she shows me, like, I feel like she finds me attractive. I'm just like, you're gonna break his heart. And you know what? I don't blame her or the guys. Like, at the end of the day, this is how life is. It's like, whether you're in the hurting position or the hurt, you have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't like some girls. Some girls don't like me. Like, I can never be mad at a girl for not liking me, because I also don't like some girls, as I was telling the story about Ndombi, right? Man, such a genuine guy. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like funny enough, yesterday on Instagram, I saw a video of a guy. I didn't watch it, right? But the whole thing was 6 months of heartbreak. I don't know. I think the brother's quite strong, at the end of the day, because he shows a positive side. But like, that's just gonna break him, right? Like, it's gonna break him if I ever had to make a move on her. Especially being me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm a fly guy, like, because I've invested into clothes, I'm dripping every day. You know, I walk with the Spirit of the Lord, I greet everyone. You know what I'm saying? I could consider myself popular humbly, you know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like, I don't know, it's just gonna break him, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, it's not my thing, it's not the right thing for me to do. But like, just seeing the reality and like, for me having pure intentions, I'm always gonna talk to his baby mama, because I feel like for me not to talk to her, it's only gonna be like, why is he not talking to me? It's gonna stir her emotions to work in favor of me more, right? Like if I suddenly stop talking to her, it's gonna be like, yes, she might be angry, yes, she might react a certain way, but it could be like, why is he, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were good. So yeah, it's just a very weird thing, right? You know, the story also about Latifa, right? Latifa's a girl from church. Latifa, I know her because we used to go to the same youth, same church. I really don't know her from church. I knew her from youth because the group is more intimate, right? She was never my friend personally, but like, she's in the group. I know of her. You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt like she liked me. That's what I picked up. You know, I do a lot of assuming, but then again, when you've been shown so much attraction, like you can kind of see, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, even though I'm reaching, I felt like she liked me. Yeah, like with Latifa, man, even though I didn't find her as attractive, I felt like she was going through a lot, and I was kind of willing to be like, to be there for her. But then, yeah, one day, you know what I'm saying, I saw them at a restaurant, her and a couple of other brothers and sisters from church. Saw them at a restaurant. Then she kind of just gave me this face that I'm making. So then I was like, from there, I was like, I didn't see her much, but I always knew, like, I had this, man, F a Latifa, you know, like I had this bad point of view. I saw her the other day. I was at Clearwater. I saw her. She looked at me. You know what I'm saying? We looked at each other. I didn't greet. She greeted me first. I did eventually greet after she greeted me. But like, one thing I didn't like is I gave her such a negative vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I could just see that, even though, like, you know, I read too much into things, even though it probably didn't affect her, she felt it. Like, she felt that, like, what's wrong? There's a kind of, like, I gave her this, okay, especially because, you know, as I see her out, she knows that I know her. She greeted me. I greeted, but it was like a friction, you know. But I'm like, you know, like, I feel like after that interaction, I was like, you know what, Lord, I really wanted to be kind, you know. I feel like I couldn't date her because I had too many women who are better looking. So that kind of, I had too many options, right? So it's like, I can't settle down with you. It's like I have to, because at the end of the day, the reality, if I'm only gonna be with one woman out of 9 billion, like, how many women am I gonna have to ignore, right? Or it's like I have to make the right choice. So, you know what I'm saying? But like, I really wanted to be kind, like, and I even feel kind of bad for giving her that energy. But then again, I'm like, it was only me being pure, because I tried, even that day when she gave me like that stank face, I really tried being nice to her. I saw her out. I was like, oh, what's going on? But then So it's like, you just get met with these weird situations, but like, you have to go through them, you have to embrace them. I also want to talk about okay, I won't say I forgot, but I thought I had another story. I say all that to say we are on 1 hour because I can see the time. You know, it's been very difficult, especially as an attractive guy, because I feel like what women get from me is, and especially, with the knowledge I have, right? Women like a guy that it's not 100% clear, right? So they don't like you being like, okay, I like you and everything. Then she's like, okay, he likes me, I like him back. They like her. Does he like me? Does he not? And I've seen that because I get myself in these friendships, it's always that case, because it's like, okay, Mduduzi is attractive. That's how I see it from my point of view. I'm attractive. He's making friends with me. Why? Like, why does he want to be my friend? At the end of the day, it's also like, I'm a nice person, right? And I don't go out my way to make it. I don't go out my way to make sure that you know that I don't like you. Like, I'm not as harsh as I could be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, yes, he gives me good energy, he's starting conversations, but like, he's not giving me I wanna F you energy. What's going on, So like, I feel like girls also get stuck in that, like, is he really my friend? Is he really not? Like, what's going on with this guy? So, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's the only place I should be, right? And then again, I won't even lie to myself. I've had a lot of feelings for girls, right? Not when I say feelings, it's like, it's not your typical I like you. It's like, as I can bring it back to Ntando, right? I can acknowledge that. And even the reality is, if things, I won't say went right, but like, if Ntando was showing me good energy, if she really liked me, I don't know, like, it could be a reality that I would have wanted to date her, right? That's the honest truth. But at the same time, I'm able to be like, okay, if yes, I can find you attractive, but like, okay, if we're gonna be friends, we're gonna be friends, and there's never gonna be like a I like you, right? So that's what I've seen also with this other I won't say she's a lady, but this other girl, right? With her, she works where I work. She's a little bit older than me, maybe like, I'd even say like almost 10 years older if I'm not wrong. Nah, like, I'm reaching, but like, five, she could be like 5 years older, right? She has 2 kids. Oh, she has 1 kid, right? No, I think she has 2 kids. She has 2 kids. But I find her very attractive. And one thing is, she also finds me attractive. That I know, because there was a time she was calling me Lavi. And I've seen the way like she shows me interest, right? It's like, okay, I find you attractive. Yes. But like, there's nothing that can happen. I'm not going to sleep with you. I don't want to be with you, honestly. It's like I don't want to be a stepdad. No ways. Like, and there's this whole thing that Joseph was a stepdad. If the angel didn't talk to Joseph, he would have divorced Mary, put her away, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be a stepdad. Okay, I'm not going to sleep with you, but I genuinely do like you. Like, I think you're attractive in a weird way. And I say in a weird way because it's like she's not the common hottie, right? But she's still got traits that I'm like, I find attractive. So even though we're friends, hey Chomi, it's like nothing's ever gonna come of it. And I can get like where she could also find me confusing because it's like I give her attention. Yes, it's never that I wanna sleep with you attention, I want you. But like I'm interested, I have feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like even though like I know, like I always keep at the back of my mind that women, they don't love you. That's how I've set my mind up so I feel like I'm never hurt. It's like yes, I have feelings for her even though I know like she can stop talking to me and never talk to me again. But like the heart, and I don't know why, but it's just working in her favor. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just genuinely do like her, but I don't feel like it's the date like her. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just like I genuinely do care for you. And that's all it's ever gonna be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, but then again, I also, yeah, I want, I don't know, like, it's a very tricky thing. It brings sadness. There was another girl at my job who had liked me, right? I won't mention her name for her dignity. She liked me. She made it easy for me to talk to her. And looks wise, I find her attractive, right? She's a little bit younger than me, like 23. I'm 26. She might be 24 this year. I find her attractive, right? She's not the most attractive, but like, I find her attractive. Like, when it comes to me, and I understand why girls say guys can smash, they just smash anything walking, because my bar, I won't say it's low, but like, there's not, like, I find certain girls attractive that are not genuinely like attractive, if I could say. Like for me, she's attractive, and that would be enough for me to sleep with her, because that's what makes sense. But like, you know what I'm saying, to get, yeah, I'll just say to sleep with her, right? So with her, I find her attractive. My bad, I found out she has a kid, to which, and like, even like I rejected her because I was like, you know what, if I look at like the ideal marriage that I want, you don't fit, as well as the type of person she is, right? Like, even though a girl's job doesn't really matter, because I feel like I'm gonna be in a position, if I work hard enough, to retire my wife to where she's a stay-at-home mom, right? If she wants to be. The type of person she is like, we'll get along, but like, I don't feel like long term it won't do. Like, yes, but I'm attracted to you, so it's weird, you know what I'm saying? But then again, like, I feel like I'm betraying her, because I'm also attracted to her friend that she rolls with, like, and her friend, like, she shows me no, you know what I'm saying, she gives me no time of day. She doesn't look at me. She's like, she ignores me. But like, even though I know what it is, right, I still find her attractive. So it's like, for me to even bring that up would be like, what the hell is wrong with you? To which is the truth. So yeah, walking this pure intentions path is slippery, because, and it brings sadness, because like, you can't act on a lot of, inclinations of the flesh. There's a lot of girls where things go sour or things are going good, but like, it's like, it's just, is there some mysteries in the air? Yeah, like, but at the end of the day, it's what God has called us to, a pure relationship, pure friendship with women. young or old, married, not married. Yeah, and you just have to regulate, set boundaries to protect yourself. But yeah, I've spoken enough. It's your boy Mduduzi. If you've received value, why not like, comment, subscribe if you feel later. Peace.